And there's news just coming in. Actor Aamir Khan has reacted to the Zakir Naik row. He has said, and I quote him now, the people who spread terrorism don't have anything to do with religion. Those who kill don't have anything to do with religion, no matter how much they say this, because religion only teaches love and it teaches people to spread peace, unquote.
जो आतंकवाद फैलाते हैं और जो लोग आतंकवाद करते हैं उनका मजहब से कोई लेना देना नहीं होता, ये मेरा मानना है। फिर वो किसी भी मजहब के हों, मुसलमान, हिंदू, सिख, ईसाई, जो लोग लोगों को मारते हैं, आतंकवाद फैलाते हैं, उनका मजहब से कोई लेना देना नहीं है। चाहे वो कितना भी कहें कि हम मजहब के लिए कर रहे हैं, उनका मजहब से कोई लेना देना नहीं है। क्योंकि अगर वो मजहब को एक्चुअली फॉलो करते तो मजहब तो हमको प्यार सिखाता है।
All right, we've got Mumbai Bureau Chief Sahil Joshi with us on the phone line now. Sahil, it's interesting that this generic denunciation of people like Zakir Naik has come from Aamir Khan, but it'll be interesting to see whether anyone will criticize him by name, because he seems to have a sizable following even within the film fraternity in Bombay.
No, it doesn't look like that, Padmaja, but yes, definitely it's kind of a generic statement made by Aamir Khan, and it's quite commendable that he has come forward and said it openly. As far as Zakir Naik is concerned, there are many people who oppose him within his community as well, because he himself belongs to Ahle Hadith sect of, he preaches Ahle Hadith sect of Islam, and that's what the Sunnis and Shias in Mumbai do not like. But yes, there are very few reactions from the community which has come forward other than the Muslim clerics in Mumbai, especially not from the film fraternity as well. We had seen even in the past that Mahesh Bhatt and Majid Memon had come forward to oppose the ban was put against him, against Zakir Naik in UK. But today when we spoke to Majid Memon, he said that, Zakir Naik will have to come forward and explain that why he said certain things and whether he supports radical Islamization or not. But as far as Aamir Khan's statement is concerned, that yes, it is quite commendable that he has made such kind of a statement, and he has denounced the way Zakir Naik sometimes speaks in his public speeches and the kind of Islam he preaches while speaking to his followers.
All right, for now, Sahil, thanks very much for that quick update. Meanwhile, Congress leader Digvijay Singh has now come out in defense of his earlier speech in which he had praised the controversial preacher. He has tweeted today, and I quote, "The conference was for communal harmony and against terrorism, also to explain that Islam is against innocents being killed." Remember, there was a considerable outrage when a video clip of Digvijay Singh went viral. This after there were questions raised about why someone like Zakir Naik is being allowed to run free, make speeches which are easily accessible, not just on the internet, but in parts of the country. Even though he does not have a license to broadcast in India, his Peace TV is easily accessible over the cable network. Now, in one clip that went viral, Digvijay Singh was heard praising Zakir Naik to the skies, almost calling him an apostle of peace. After there was anger about Digvijay's fulsome praise of Zakir Naik, today he has explained his earlier stand. We've got Vidya with us on the phone line now. Vidya, it's but natural that Digvijay Singh would come out with an explanation like this, because on more than one occasion he has been accused of indulging in communal politics, and many would say at the cost of the nation.
Well, Padmaja, but it is not just Digvijay Singh. Remember, there were a lot of many other people as well. In fact, from Mumbai, Majid Memon himself, along with filmmaker Mahesh Bhatt, at one point had been supporting Zakir Naik. In fact, if you remember, when UK had refused to grant him visa and entry in the kingdom, in fact, at that point, Mahesh Bhatt as well as both Majid Memon had actually propagated that how it was a human right violation and had supported Zakir Naik at that point. But now all these people have certainly changed their stand. And in fact, I spoke to Majid Memon also some time back, and he also confirmed, saying that, if in case something like this has really happened, and if he has actually said something like this, then he needs to bear its consequences, and it is the onus is on Zakir Naik to prove that what he has said is actually being quoted out of context. So certainly, in this case, most of these people are trying to get their hands rid of Zakir Naik and trying to show that his alliance with them was only at one particular instance and nothing to do with his speeches or with his stand on the terrorism issue.
Well, it is getting awkward to explain their support and praise for Zakir Naik, considering that now it emerges that he may have radicalized at least 2 terrorists in Dhaka. Thanks very much, Vidya, for now. So why is Digvijay Singh under fire? Remember, the Congress, which till now had been attacking the government on allowing hate preacher Zakir Naik to continue his business in India, is having a tough time defending a clip of Digvijay Singh that has emerged. In that video, the Congress veteran is sharing the stage with the man who inspires terrorists with his vitriolic speeches. This video is dated September 2012, and in it, Digvijay Singh is all praises for Nayak, calling him a messenger of peace, expressing his gratitude for being given a chance to address Zakir's gatherings.
विदेशों में जरूर डॉक्टर जाकिर साहब का मैंने बहुत नाम सुना था, मिलने का मौका भी मिला, और मुझे इस बात की खुशी है कि वे शांति का संदेश पूरे विश्व में फैला रहे हैं। कुछ ऐसे लोग हैं जो इस्लाम को एक गलत तरीके से उसको पेश करते हैं। आज आवश्यकता डॉक्टर साहब ये है कि आपका ये शांति का संदेश इस पूरे मुल्क में पहुंचना चाहिए। मैं तो आपसे कहूंगा कि आप विदेशों में जरूर जाएं, लेकिन इस मुल्क के उन हलकों में भी जाएं जहां फितरती लोग, हम 1000 साल से ज्यादा रहते हुए हिंदू मुसलमानों में जो खाई पैदा करते हैं, उस पे पुल बनाने का काम डॉक्टर साहब आप कर सकते हैं। आपको इस बात को हम आपसे अनुरोध करना चाहते हैं।
Well, in fact, India Today spoke exclusively to Zakir Naik, who claimed that the audio where he is heard saying that he stands with Osama bin Laden, that video clip itself is doctored on the issue of whether he's exhorted Muslims to be terrorists. He said that that was something that was taken out of context. Listen in.
I reiterate, Dr. Nayak, both of these, the one where you're talking about Osama bin Laden and the one where you exhort every Muslim to be a terrorist, is doctored.
No, every Muslim to be terrorist is not doctored. No, system. Listen, don't mix up both. The one talking about Osama bin Laden, that if he's an enemy of America, that's a doctored clip.
Okay, that is doctored. Again, clip number 2, Dr. Nayak, where you have said, and I quote, please give me a second, let me complete my question. I quote, I tell Muslims that every Muslim should be a terrorist. So in this context, every Muslim should be a terrorist to the robbers. Is that what you're saying?
These
are your words?
It's half. No, these are my words, but half out of context. But the full context is, I was giving an example that in the Times of India, there was an article that came that Inspector Angre terrorizes the underworld. He's a terrorist to the underworld. So I said, what do you mean by terrorist is important? Terrorist means a person who causes terror. Now, when a policeman sees a robber, he's terrified.
Okay, so you said this clip is taken out of context. Okay, this is what you say. So tell me this, Dr. Nayak, why are you banned in UK, Canada, and in Malaysia? Can you explain to me why you are banned there?
I'm not at all banned in Malaysia. My relationship with the Malaysian government is very good. They have given me a Tokuma Victory Award. Neither am I banned in Canada. Officially, yes. In UK, there was a thing which I can tell you in detail after the prayers. But it's totally false news in the media. I've got the highest award of the Malaysian government given by the King of Malaysia and the Prime Minister. That is Tokuma
So you're saying that the ban on you in the UK is misplaced? Because the government says that it is because of your hate speech that you have been banned.
Well, in the past, Zakir Naik has been lauded by many, including Digvijay Singh, for spreading the message of peace. Does that really square with what he actually says and does? Listen in to the kind of speeches that he has given in the past.
आज आवश्यकता डॉक्टर साहब ये है कि आपका ये शांति का संदेश इस पूरे मुल्क में पहुंचना चाहिए।
Every Muslim should be a terrorist. The thing is that if he's terrorizing a terrorist, he's following Islam. Whether he is or not, I don't know.
डॉक्टर जाकिर साहब का मैंने बहुत नाम सुना था, और मुझे इस बात की खुशी है कि वे शांति का संदेश पूरे विश्व में फैला रहे हैं.
So you as a Muslim saying that Osama bin Laden is right or wrong, have you checked up? But if you ask my view, if he's on the truth, if he's fighting the enemies of Islam, I'm for him.
1000 साल से ज्यादा रहते हुए हिंदू मुसलमानों में जो खाई पैदा करते हैं, उस पे पुल बनाने का काम डॉक्टर साहब आप कर सकते हैं.
आपके हिंदू धार्मिक किताब में लिखा है कि मूर्ति पूजा गलत है.
All right, senior journalist Shubir Bhaumik now joins us live on the show. Mr. Bhaumik, thanks very much for speaking to us. Do you anticipate the Bangladesh government anytime soon making a formal request to the Indian government to circumvent or to put some kind of a stoppage on the activities, on the speeches of not just Zakir Naik but also his Peace TV? All right, I think we don't really have the audio with Shubir Bhaumik through just as yet. We'll go back to him in a bit. But one thing has been established that right now Zakir Naik finds himself in a sticky spot. At least one controversial speech that he made in the past, he tried to palm off any blame for that by saying, he tried to shrug off any blame for that by saying that the clip itself was doctored. As far as the other speeches he has made, the one speech where he exhorted all Muslims to be terrorists, he said he was only asking Muslims to terrorize other forms of evil, and the word terrorist was used in that context. But there was no way he could explain how he said that he supported Osama bin Laden. It is a clip which has been on the internet for very long, but according to Zakir Naik, that clip is doctored. Politicians, of course, in the past have also lavished praise on Zakir Naik, one of them being Digvijay Singh, and they now say that they weren't really aware of his other activities. They were only praising the message of peace that he has spent, were not really aware maybe of the other things he has said, the incendiary thing he said. Shubir Bhaumik is back with us. Mr. Bhaumik, don't you think it is imperative for the Bangladesh government to now approach the Indian government with a formal request to stop the activities, ban the activities of Zakir Naik in India?
I really can't understand why India actually should wait for Bangladesh's formal request to come, because this man is an Indian. He's broadcasting from India. His setup is in India. Everything is in India. And many Indians are getting radicalized by his speeches. So why do you have to put the ball in Bangladesh's court? Bangladesh has long been very uncomfortable with this Peace TV broadcast. At informal levels, they have several times told Indian officials that, you know, it would be good to block this channel. They have themselves tried to block this channel. But then, you know, this man gets a lot of access through other social media. So a lot of Bangladeshis, though the channel has been blocked by most cable operators, you know, who report to the Bangladesh's Telecom Regulatory Commission, they have asked these cable operators to black this guy out, the Peace TV out. So most Bangladeshis now get Peace TV through other means and not through their normal sort of in their drawing rooms. But the point is that these boys, when they get into the social media network, they still manage to get Peace TV because it's up and running, because it's available on the net. And if Bangladesh has to block this guy out on the net, then they have to block the net, which is an impossible thing to do.
And
so
Shubir Bhaumik, while it is natural that we should be concerned about the welfare of our neighboring countries like Bangladesh, have we erred majorly in ignoring the kind of danger that people like Zakir Naik pose to our own country? Because only now we are realizing that his speeches have radicalized people in India as well. So why didn't we act against him all of this while?
Absolutely. This man and his broadcasting should be stopped, and we need not wait for Bangladesh to make a formal request, because Bangladesh does not really have a locus standi, because this guy does not operate in Bangladesh. If this guy was a Bangladeshi and if his channel was Bangladeshi, I have no doubt Sheikh Hasina would put him out of business in next to no time. But the point here is that Bangladesh has in the past, and I know this for a fact, during meetings between home secretaries, the Bangladeshis have actually raised this issue that this is one of the radicalizing channels and needs to be blocked, because even if Bangladesh gets their cable operators to block this channel, which they have done, this guy is still available on the net.
Absolutely.
So India, I mean, I don't really understand that after all this big lecturing that we get from our politicians in Delhi about national security, all the big hype that is made out to be, why we need Bangladesh to wake us up and tell us that here is an Indian preacher broadcasting from India largely to an Indian audience, but also spilling over into neighboring countries. Why can't we stop him of our own?
And more
Why
importantly,
do we
because
need...
Subir Bhawmik, he is not someone who ordinarily on the face of it would look like someone who is from the medieval times, who is radical. He's someone who puts up a modern facade. He wears a suit and a tie, and therefore we are in danger of having young, educated youth, the likes of which we saw mounting the Dhaka attack, the likes of which we've seen in the recent past, trying to go and join the ISIS ranks from across India. This is the kind of danger that people like Zakir Naik pose.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree with you. Actually, we have no reason to be carried away by external trappings. Just because this man is in a suit, he should not be expected to be subscribing to Western liberal values or our own liberal values, which exist in our own society in South Asia, which has a syncretic culture at the grassroots. This man, just because he puts on a suit and tie and not a fatwa or not a typical lungi or something, we should judge this man by what he says and what he has been saying for a very long time. The first time, I tell you honestly, I would normally not switch on to Peace TV, even if it is available on the bouquet of satellite channels that I get in my drawing room.
Okay.
But a Bangladeshi friend who is a former freedom fighter, and he has headed Bangladesh Sangbaad Sangstha, which is something like our PTI, Mr. Harun Habib, who is also the Hindu correspondent, and now he is the secretary of the Sector Commanders Conference, which is an organization of Bangladesh freedom fighters. He brought these to my notice about 6 months ago when I was in Bangladesh to launch my new book, and he told me, what is India doing? Can't India stop this guy? This guy is creating a star among some of our radicalized youth. They're getting more radicalized and they are drawing other people. And interestingly, let's not forget the new generation of Bangladeshi jihadis, the guys who attacked the Dhaka cafe, are all English educated. They are not the usual, actually I'll make a point here. These are people who are completely cut out from the roots of Bengali education, which in Bangladesh is liberal and secular, which draws on Rabindranath Tagore and Kazi Nazrul Islam, and not all these jokers like Zakir Naik. It's these English educated people who get on the net and who, subscribe to various radicalizing influences. Okay. Zakir Naik being one of them. So just because he speaks in English and puts on a suit should not conceal the wolf in this man.
No one should be taken in by that exterior, because this is the benign face of how indoctrination really happens. Subir Bhawmik, thank you very much for joining us with your expert perspective. Of course, as the clamor grows for the banning and prosecution of controversial Islamic preacher Zakir Naik, the security has been tightened outside the office of Naik in Mumbai. This after protests by some groups against Naik. He himself is under the scanner after it was found that his speeches inspired the terrorists who carried out the attack in Dhaka, among others. The Bangladesh government has said that they will ask India to take action. On the other hand, new facts are now emerging on Naik. Sources say that the central and state counter-terrorism units, which have been monitoring him closely and the influence of his speeches on youth, say that Ayaz Sultan, the leader of the Islamic State module in Malwani, was also influenced by his speeches. Meanwhile, the Modi government has said that a probe of his speeches will be conducted.
Police protection has been given to Zakir Naik office, Islamic Research Foundation. We are right now at Dongri, where the police bandobast could be seen. One vehicle, 3 to 4 policemen are been posted here for the protection of this particular office. Zakir Naik is right now in Makkah with his family. He'll be coming back on July 11, and he had said that he'll do a press conference to clarify many allegations against him. Zakir Naik is under lanes by NIA and other agencies who have been keeping a tab on all his speeches. They are going through all the speeches and to see whether any controversial speeches has been made that had provoked people, the youth, to become a terrorist. And even there's an allegation that it was because of Zakir Naik's sermon, the Dhaka incident that took place. Overall, in Mumbai, Arvind Sawant, the Shiv Sena leader, had written a letter to Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh to ban his speeches and even to ban his entry in the country whenever he returns. So definitely now the entire issue has become political. It's a political request has been made to the central government, and the police bandobast has been given to face any kind of untoward situation at this particular location. Today is Eid, and today most of the people are celebrating Eid festive in this locality at Dongri, Mazgaon and the South Mumbai. But yes, that's the reason that the entire situation is quite peaceful. But only one thing, police protection has been given to Islamic Research Foundation just to protect any untoward incident. With camera person Sai Prasad Patil, this is Virendra Chikunawat in Mumbai for India Today.